Empiezo yo.
Vale, listo.
Esperen, entonces cierro esto, porque si no queda ahí en la... Listo. ¿Ya están grabando pantalla?
Sí, ya.
Listo. Entonces empiezo desde ya. 1, 2, ya. Hello everyone. We are going to talk about the Belt and New Silk Road in Netherlands. First of all, you have to know important information about the extensive transport and communications and the infrastructure networks are starting in China and reaching Europe by land and sea. The Chinese government has debuted in the New Silk Roads and aims to complete it by 2025. It has already earmarked a 40 billion fund for the project, and it has signed construction and long agreements in Central Asia worth 55 billions. Our research question is, what brought the Belt and New Silk Road to the Netherlands? Okay, now I'm going to talk about the variables. First of all, the independent. For China, the benefits of the plan are clear. First of all, is the expanding westward roads allows it develop. It's more impressionable in western regions. It simulates its industrial sectors at the time when its economy is entering a period of slower growth. It opens up markets of products. It makes it easier for other countries to adopt its technological standards, for example, in 5G telephony and in general. It expands international presence and influence. Now talking about the dependent variable in Netherlands, they had the first time the collection of Silk Road in exhibition with monumental wall paintings and objects from 30 archaeological cities with more than 2015 objects from 13 different places. In Amsterdam, they have for the on-the-spot story of archaeological, and it brought the tangible and authentic historical traces, which are still a dream for the people in the Netherlands. In the words of Cantor Borens, and person who is really know about this project, um, they said that there has been no problem with the name to the path, and these new archaeological things are very important to the Netherlands, and those things are in the museum.
Now, profile and timeline. One Belt the plan involves development of a trace and infrastructure network that will connect Asia with Europe. It covers the construction of land communication routes, railways and highways, oil and gas pipelines that start in China and cross Central Asia and Russia to European ports. The Netherlands is a strategic place for the arrival of goods from China. The port of the Rotterdam is the largest in Europe. This port is an important node for the Scale Road due to its infrastructure, which has an intermodal logistic distribution center. Stand out through five modes of transport: land, rail, river transport, cabotage, and an oil pipeline to meet European demand. One of the main advantages of this port is its location of the estuary of the Rhine and those rivers. From this port, it's impossible to enter the heart of Europe efficiently and economically. So, uh, 1962 and 2004. The port of the Rotterdam was the busiest in the world, and it is the largest in Europe. And so finally, 2013 and 2021, this port currently an important node of the Silk Road. It is the supply chain through Europe due to the trans of tons of merchandise.
Okay, regarding the mapping of actors, we find that the protagonist is China because they is the intellectual actor of the Silk Road. This means that they exerts influence over world trade by means of sea and the land routes. And the role of the New Year's in this scenario and is that of an ally in the sense that China uses it the geopolitical instrument to transport goods by rail. The other actors are port allies who are building the new Silk Road together. Analysis positions China in the main power in the infrastructure and the capital of the Netherlands, Amsterdam, is the main rally to reach the Mediterranean Ocean. Interests China building a new world order by talking of Europa while dividing it. Amsterdam boosts its economic to its relationships with the Asian giant. In its China expands new market with the less possibility restriction. Amsterdam strengthened its business relationships in order to better position itself on the global market.
Causes and dynamics. The exporters benefit from the new rail corridors in order to save cost and time in transporting goods or raw materials. In the future, the use of sea and air routes will continue to prevail for the transportation of goods. The challenge is to increase the use of land routes for transportation of goods. For instance, components, engineering products, electronic components, which do not go by air, because their transit costs and that their transportation by ship would take more time. And it is more effective option to transport them by land, through the railways and the new sail roads. The new trade dynamics generated by new sail route are satisfactory for all members. However, the implementation of this strategy along two continents is often difficult because there is no standardization on the railroads. Each country has a different terrain and railroads with different infrastructure, which makes it difficult to join them. On the other hand, the management of environment reads knowing where a railroad should pass next to a launch. Problems related to corruption and south-east issues must be analyzed in order to carry out this project.
¿Listo?